Back in 2019, Captain Marvel was released in theaters and was met with a mixed to cold reception. Such takes as poor writing, sloppy character development, pandering, placating, weak acting, and crappy dialogue were just the top hits when people describe this movie. And I use that term people loosely. Last year, we saw the release of Marvel's Disney Plus series She-Hulk gain similar attention and criticism. If fans weren't detesting the CGI, they were making comments on how it's the worst show ever and how it's so far from what a Marvel Studios project should be. In just a few days since its release, the Marvels trailer has become the MCU's most disliked trailer on YouTube. At the time of this recording of the podcast, it's somewhere close to 500,000 dislikes. And although we are over 6 months away from its release, the movie is already receiving familiar judgment. Now, while we are all free to like, love, hate, or feel no way about anything we want, you gotta see the common denominator in these takes. Why is it that when the lead of a Marvel property is a woman, and again, I use this term loosely, fans have a problem with it? I mean, I can only speak for myself when I say that because, Captain Marvel to me was dope. She-Hulk was hilarious. WandaVision was the mind fuck I wanted. Black Widow, while I felt it was a too little too late story and release, it was still cool. Miss Marvel was awesome, and the Marvels film is going to be fire. What I'm saying is this. If y'all hate women, just say that next time. At least then the rest of us know where you really stand and how we need to treat you. Ladies and gentlemen, blurs and nerds, freaks and geeks, this is Do You Speak Geek?
DYSG, keep it real, that's key. We the best OGs, dope topics, come see. DYSG, keep it real, that's key. We the best OGs, dope topics, come see. I got a question, do you speak geek? New episodes on the podcast dropping each week. Get hip to the game, I'm giving y'all a sneak peek. Flavor for your ears, bars flowing on unique beats. Blurs and nerds, freaks and geeks. The Source Wall Wednesday dropping comics you should cop. I think you'd ought to peep. Don't sleep on Dono and Nix. They preaching the gospel, real ish, ill like mono, they sick. Thumb life if you're into games with combos and kicks. This podcast is a gift, it's as real as it gets. Blurs taking over, with clever marketing we gain exposure. Feeding the community magic, your boy's a nerd promoter. The dialogue is Jimmy Crackcorn, we aiming for gold. The truth was told, I can't speak for other platforms. Sharp as cats out like knives, claws, and tack thorns. We blacking out, going crazy like a black storm. DYSG, don't forget to follow back. Hosting on the airwaves, always keeping it a stack. Flowers to my haters, psych, I ain't giving y'all jack. Number one on the charts, give your boy a gold plaque.
Yeah, what up, everybody? It's your boy Nix. This is episode 151. How's all my fam doing? How's all the followers doing? My friends, my homies, everybody who has been rocking with me thus far. I appreciate and love y'all so dearly. But if you are new here, welcome to Do You Speak Geek? This is the podcast where we bring you all the latest and greatest inside of the geek realm. Shout out to Spreaker. That's the home team. But wherever you get your podcast, please be sure to find Do You Speak Geek and hit that subscribe. And please follow us on social media. Facebook at DYSGFB, Twitter at DYSG_tweets, Twitch at DYSG_games, Instagram and TikTok at Do You Speak Geek. Last week, we had a fire interview with Candy B. Shout out to her. She was a gem to talk to. And please be sure to pull up this week. I'll be having an amazing conversation with Create Lady J of Wreck the System in conjunction with the audacious black femme. Y'all, you gotta, don't miss it. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a dope interview. I give dope interviews. Come on now, y'all know this. Please also hit the YouTube channel, the only place where you can find the Donna and Daddy Show. Please be sure to subscribe, like, Hulk, smash that bell for all notifications, and leave comments. We want to know what you guys think. Got a pretty decent show for y'all lined up. Go ahead and strap yourself in, and let's do what we do about this time, people. Let's speak geek.
Suit up.
I wanna be the very best.
Talk nerdy to me.
Okay, we got reviews coming at you at rapid fire. Beef. Yo, this one took over social media. In Beef, Steven Yeun and our new Asian. Yo, has anyone noticed how Ali Wong and Angela Bassett kind of look alike? Maybe it's just me. Anyway, Steven Yeun and Ali Wong give career best performances playing angry lost souls who transform one another's lives. This series is dope on Netflix. Please check it out. The Pope's Exorcist. You can find horror movies a lot better than The Pope's Exorcist, but in an increasingly stale exorcism subgenre, you can absolutely do worse. Russell Crowe's Italian accent is unintentionally hilarious. Please check this one out, though. Minecraft Legends is an engaging strategy game that capably combines the established Minecraft world with a streamlined RTS structure. Please check it out if you're a big fan. Reinfeld makes a mess of its story at times, but does a good enough job getting gorgeously gruesome with its vampire action sequences to win us over with cartoonish gore. And of course, Nicolas Cage's Dracula is one for the ages. Check this one out. Mighty Doom can be a devilishly fun mobile roulette, but an artificial difficulty spike and a buffet of predatory systems design to get you to spend real money rips and tears any fun out of it before long. Try it if you want to. I'm not sure. Try it if you want. And last, we have Sherlock Holmes: The Awakened. It could have been an intriguing clash of Cluedo Clue with Cthulhu, but instead it's just a case of squandered potential. Oh well. All right then, people, let's hop into my favorite portion of the show. Y'all know the vibes. Source Wall.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
Behold the source wall.
Can you read, my son?
Well, that depends.
There is nothing wrong with reading a story and looking at the pictures.
Enough said, Stan. Let's hop right into it. The pull list this week. Superman 3. Superman's loved ones are transformed into ravenous parasites. If Superman wants to find Parasite Zero before its influence spreads to the whole world, he must take Lex up on his offer to work together, even if it means using another of Superman's enemies as bait. Dawn of DC is heating up for Superman. Let's see what's going on. Superboy, the Man of Tomorrow, #1. Connor Kent takes center stage. After the events of Dark Crisis, Connor feels out of place with the rest of the hero community. He doesn't fit in with the rest of the super family, and the rest of the world doesn't really need him with so many supers in Metropolis. He doesn't want to rely on Tim, Cassie, and Bart, so Connor looks to the stars as a place he might be able to call his own and carve out his own path. But what lurks in the great unknown? Are bravado and swagger enough to help Superboy find his new calling? This is the 2022 round robin winner picked by you, the fans. Static, Shadows of Dakota, #3. While Virgil and his dad investigate the recent disappearances of Bang Babies, we learn more about the mysterious leader of the Vigilantes. Can Static get to the bottom of these sinister abductions before more kids get captured? Meanwhile, Ebon goes to Paris Island to follow a lead on his missing brother's whereabouts, but the Blood Syndicate don't take kindly to strangers coming on their turf. Yeah, boy. Yo, This book is dope. Check it out. No One, number 2. As the Who Is No One podcast begins to spark national interest, the eye of the public turns on Julia. And when yet another body shows up with 4 bullets in its chest, Ben's investigation leads him to a personal crossroads and a new suspect. Plus, the story continues on Who Is No One, a monthly companion podcast starring Rachel Lee Cook and Patton Oswalt. Y'all, the book has a partnered podcast. It's too dope. It's too dope. You can't knock it. Captain America Unforgiven, number 1. Captain America Vampire Hunter? The Forgiven have lost their way. Defeat after defeat has made them bitter and bloodthirsty, and they're starting to like it. Can Captain America bring them back into the light, or will they give in to their new dark natures? Witness the thrilling conclusion to the Unforgiving saga, if you dare. Dun, dun, dun. Woo, okay. And last we have Warlock Rebirth number 1. Adam Warlock was created to be the perfect human specimen. Since then, Adam has gone on to become a cosmic savior, defending the galaxy from the likes of Thanos, the Universal Church of Truth, and Magus. But what will happen when the next evolution of Warlock emerges? Someone who is stronger, faster, and smarter than Adam? Yo, that's too OP for me, even me, bro. Like, come on, really? Stronger, faster, and smarter than Adam Warlock? Nah, he's broken. Whoever it is, they're broken. Whoever it is. Y'all check these out this week and many more. And please, please pick those up at your local comic book store. Now in Source Wall News, we have a new miniseries coming, and it's called The Uncanny Spider-Man. So as we all know, Spider-Man and the X-Men are 2 of the biggest franchises in comics. So why not combine those 2 pop culture juggernauts into one? That's what Marvel has done with The Uncanny Spider-Man, the latest addition to the ever-shifting landscape of X-Men comics. Uncanny Spider-Man doesn't involve Peter Parker joining up with the X-Men. Instead, the series sees Nightcrawler donning his own Spider-Man costume and begin patrolling the streets of New York. Uncanny Spider-Man is written by Legion of X's C. Spurrier and drawn by the death of Doctor Strange's Lee Garbett. Nightcrawler has been a major part of Spurrier's recent X-Men work, and it appears the series is an extension of Nightcrawler and Legions of X work. Uncanny Spider-Man returns Nightcrawler to his roots as a swashbuckling adventurer, despite the fact that he's currently wearing the mantle of another hero. However, expect a fairly dark tone to the series, even as Nightcrawler dashes and teleports his way through the streets of New York. Uncanny Spider-Man is a part of Marvel's Fall of X lineup, meaning the series builds on the tragic events of the upcoming Hellfire Gala and the latest disaster to befall mutant kind. Uncanny Spider-Man number 1 will be released on September 6, 2023. So what do you guys think? Nightcrawler as a wall crawler? I guess that's what we're going to do. But yeah, instead of having to swing and crawl on walls, he's just going to teleport everywhere. What do you guys think? I guess we'll have to check it out and find out. But yeah, we'll have to see. Yeah, for sure. September 6th. Let's get it. All right, let's watch this.
Watch this, y'all.
Thunder!
The Lannister always pays his debts.
Whoa, dude. I am the villain of the story.
Okay, people, let's talk about this Warner Brothers Discovery merger. Shit's getting pretty thick. 4 lawmakers have cited, among other things, Batgirl's cancellation as a reason for the 2022 Warner Bros. Discovery merger to be investigated. Damn. So Deadline reported that Senator Elizabeth Warren, Republican Joaquin Castro, Representative David Saline, and Representative Pramelia Jayapal, people have weird names, all wrote a letter to Attorney General Merrick Garland and DOJ Antitrust Chief Jonathan Cantler about the merger. They claim it appears to have enabled Warner Bros. Discovery to adopt potential anti-competitive practices that reduce consumer choice and harm workers in affected labor markets. It was also argued that the merger has led to the howling out of an iconic American studio, and one of the many issues the four have seen stem from the cancellation of certain projects and the sudden removal of content on HBO Max. Quote, audiences will never see such projects like Batgirl, a $90 million film that was canceled while deep into post-production, despite consumer outcry reportedly to allow Warner Bros. Discovery to claim a tax break. Whoa. And if they got a tax break and probably some rebates, oh my God. This is kind of shitty. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what comes from this investigation. I'm not sure what's gonna go down, but it's not looking too good for this merger that happened not too long ago. Okay, all right. I guess we'll have to keep our eye on this one, y'all, for real. Speaking of the merger, HBO Max is to be relaunched as Max. Per a report from the New York Times, 3 people with knowledge of the matter said that Max will make its debut sometime in May or June, and that it will cost $16 a month, but will have special price tiers, including the inexpensive ad tier. HBO Max costs $16 a month as of January. The information comes a day ahead of Warner Bros. Discovery executives unveiling plans for the combined streaming services, which include bringing Discovery reality shows like Fixer Upper, Dr. Pimple Popper, and Property Brothers in the same room as HBO Max series and movies like Succession, House of Dragon, The Menu, and The Last of Us. Max has been since confirmed to be launching on May 23rd. So, I guess we're finally going to get everything in one place. For those of you who had the service already, you'll just be migrated over and continue paying your $16. Yeah, it feels good to not have to go to 2 different apps, but you gotta wonder how much content is going to suffer being left off. I mean, HBO Max was already a pretty stacked application, and there's all kind of crap on Discovery Plus. We're just gonna put everything on one app? I mean, if they do, cool, but that $16 price is definitely gonna go up $4 for the end of the year. We're definitely going to be paying $20 a month for this new Max streaming service. But that's just me, what I think. What do y'all think? Okay, Stranger Things is getting an animated series. Wow, okay. The Stranger Things universe is getting a new entry. Netflix has announced a new animated series set within the Duffer Brothers world. The streaming shared very little information about the upcoming animated series, besides that it's in development at Flying Bark Productions with executive producer Eric Robles. Matt Duffer and Ross Duffer will serve as EPs through Upside Down Pictures, with contributors from Sean Levy and Dan Cohen through 21 Laps. The Duffer Brothers released a statement alongside the announcement saying the animated series is an homage to Saturday morning cartoons. We've always dreamed of an animated Stranger Things in the vein of Saturday morning cartoons that we grew up loving, and to see this dream realized has been absolutely thrilling. The statement reads, "We couldn't be more blown away by what Eric Robles and his team have come up with. The scripts and artwork are incredible, and we can't wait to share more with you. The adventure continues." Yeah, man, as a kid of the 80s, I like this. If they really keep in vein with the tone and feel of Saturday morning cartoons, but still with the creepiness of Stranger Things, I think it's going to be another success for the Duffer Brothers. Chalk another W up for them, for sure. I'm in. All right, so one of James Gunn's DC projects has now been casted. We now have the voice cast revealed for Creature Commandos. The voice cast behind the project's first animated series in the new DCU is a star-studded affair full of superhero veterans and newcomers alike. The series will star Frank Grillo as Rick Flag Sr., David Harbour as Eric Frankenstein, Indria Varma as the bride, Maria Bakalova as Princess Ilyana Rostovich, Zoe Chow as Nina Maruski, and Alan Tudy as Dr. Phosphorus. That man can do no wrong, I'm just saying. Sean Gunn will voice both Weasel and G.I. Robot, and Steve Agee is reprising his role as John Economos. Man, this is gonna be fire, bro. It's gonna be fire. Collider first broke the news with James Gunn confirming in a tweet Creature Commandos was announced back in March when James Gunn and Peter Safran unveiled their grand roadmap for the new era of DC storytelling. The show, which is written by David Gunn, will follow a group of monster-like beings who will work under the supervision of Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis. Seeing as how the DCU's first phase is called Gods and Monsters, it seems like a no-brainer that Creature Commandos will serve a key role in DC's future. Stacked voice cast, if I may say so, like Tony Khan. It's stacked, guys. It's stacked. This is stacked. Oh man, what do you guys think? Great casting. I'm excited for it. What about you guys? I'm ready to see this one for real. So the Harry Potter TV series actually has been announced for sure now for Max. During the Warner Bros. Discovery streaming call, it was revealed that the series will be a faithful adaptation of novels. A new cast will be played by the characters, and the series has been given a massive 10-year commitment. Wow. It's worth noting, however, that 10 years doesn't necessarily mean 10 seasons, just that the series will play out over the course of a decade. J.K. Rowling will serve as EP. Now, for some of you who don't like that last part, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. It's her project. It's her baby. Everything that you love about this comes from her mind. Like Pusha T said in Runaway, pick your next move. Leave or live with it. But some people may say, even I had said, like, why are we doing this? You know, we've already seen the story of Harry Potter. But this is a way for some things to be rewritten right way. If nothing else, we might get a black Hermione. You know what I mean? To me, it's worth it just for that. Just for that, it's worth it. But we'll see. And finally, we have our first look at the Penguin. Now, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I was on the fence when I even first heard this was announced. But after seeing this, I am all in. Max's The Penguin series, starring Colin Farrell reprising his role from Matt Reeves' The Batman movie, has gotten the first look as it continues production. It was shown during Warner Bros. Discovery streaming event, where the combined HBO Max Discovery streaming platform was officially rebranded as Max. The series, which is being produced by Reeves, shows a cutthroat Oswald Cobblepot having him threatened, quote, "You step out of line even once, I'll gut you like a goddamn fish." Matt Reeves' street level rogues are doing it for me. And this is the thing why I like this, because with Matt Reeves as the Batman, we all know that it's separate from what James Gunn's going to do with Batman. I think Matt Reeves should stick with street level rogues like, you know, Riddler, Penguin, even Joker can be sort of considered a street level rogue because he doesn't have any real superpowers. But any sort of like real world applicable hero or villains, and then with James Gunn doing Batman, we can have the more fantastical ones like Poison Ivy and Clayface and Mr. Freeze. But yeah, I think that's what they should do. What do you guys think? Either way, this Penguin series, I am ready for it. It looks fire. All right, guys, let's go ahead and hop into Thumb Life.
Peace, love, and video games!
It's on like Donkey Kong.
That man is playing Galaga.
All right, you gamers, AEW Fight Forever is still not out yet, and it's not looking like it's going to be out anytime soon. So So AEW's Fight Forever, officially licensed by All Elite Wrestling, game developer by Yuki and published by THQ Nordic, is supposed to be out this year, but as a series of commitments from AEW's leadership and the game's developers have left fans confused as to the game's actual development status. The confusion can be tracked back to February when AEW wrestler and executive vice president Kenny Omega said on the Swerve City podcast that the game has been done, but was currently in limbo trying to get an ESRB rating finalized. This was then reiterated by AEW president Tony Khan during a media scrum following the pay-per-view event of AEW Revolution. Quote, "I can't say the exact release date," he said. "There's a lot of things that go into that, and I don't want to step on anybody with that. It is coming very soon. The game is finished." All of this sounds pretty definitive, but THQ Nordic senior community manager Pierre Holobreno has recently taken to Twitch and Twitter to debunk this. On Twitter, he wrote that AEW Fight Forever is doing really well, but is not 100% yet, and called the discussion that it was done just another rumor on Twitter. Well, conflicting stories here we have. AEW, the organization, is saying the game is done, but the developers, THQ, are saying it is not. Oh, man. They could just get on the same page. We might even get this game this year, but it might get pushed back. Speaking of games getting pushed back, the Suicide Squad Kill Justice League has been delayed again. And has been delayed to February 2nd of next year, quite a few months from its previous May 26th. The developer announced the news on Twitter, writing a statement, "We have made the tough but necessary decision to take the time needed to work on getting the game to be the best quality experience for players. Thank you to our amazing community for the continued support, patience, and understanding." The statement goes on, "There is much more to share in the months ahead, and we look forward to seeing you in Metropolis next year." Well, again, I personally don't have any problem at all with delays, because that just means that they're trying to perfect the game as much as possible. What I don't want anyone to do is rush a game and put out some bull, and there's plenty of bugs, there's glitches. We could have another Marvel Avengers situation, and we don't want that. You don't like Marvel Avengers. But at the same time, I don't mind pushbacks. Just make it perfect. No problem, Rocksteady. I can wait. And finally, Sega is in the news. So reportedly, Sega is close to acquiring Angry Birds developer Rovio Entertainment for about $1 billion. According to the Wall Street Journal, the deal between Sega and Rovio is expected to finish early next week, provided that discussions between the two companies don't fall apart or prolong. Neither Sega nor Rovio has made an official announcement yet. Rovio was previously in talks to be acquired by Israeli mobile company Playtika for $800 million, but those negotiations ended last month. Sega has acquired a few companies over the past few years, including Company of Heroes developer Relic Entertainment, 2 Point Campus developer 2 Point Studios, and most notably Persona developer Atlas. So, Sega acquiring Angry Birds. Not a bad look. I would just love to see Sega get back into the console race. So Sega, that's great. But you know what I really want. Come on. Get back out there. Let's see what you can do. All right? Come on. Give it to me. Okay. Well, y'all, that is the news. I had a great time talking to y'all, but I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you all for listening. Please be sure to listen to this podcast, subscribe to this podcast, let your boy know what you think about this podcast. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and TikTok. Check out the YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe there. As always, people, live to play to win to live. I speak geek. Do you speak geek?